Hey everybody, welcome to yoga. Surprisingly rainy day today. So we are going to start with some stretching and come in slow and easy and then see what comes of us. um, just for fun, if you want to put your blocks along your mat, we're going to start just lying on our back with a nice open chest here. You do want your head supported, the base of your head supported. You don't have to have the blocks if you don't want to, or if you don't have them, and just we're going to start with a dropping into our body and into our practice, lying on our backs. Just take a minute to kind of settle in here, close your eyes. See what comes up. Maybe there's a little bit of tension that releases. Maybe you discover where the tension is and you kind of breathe into it. Focusing in on your breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. Let's start to elongate the inhale. And at the top of the inhale, sip in a little extra air. Filling the top of the lungs, maybe even the base of the throat feels like it gets filled. And then on the exhale, use the control of your Ujjayi breathing to really slowly let that exhale out all the way to the bottom. And you'll find that the inhale is always there for you at the very end of your exhale. Fill the lungs with air. When you get to the top, sip a little bit more. And then the slow and controlled exhale through the nose. And let's do that on our own, just 3 more times. Beautiful. And if you've got blocks beneath you, go ahead and just kind of roll to one side and remove them. And then return to your back. And we'll just hug the knees into the chest for a minute here. So that focusing on the exhale is just a way to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the system that grounds us after we've had stress or been in any kind of reactive state. So the fact that the inhale is always going to show up, and that we just need to focus on really slowly controlling the exhale, is a great way to recenter and ground ourselves in our bodies and kind of recalibrate if we've had any stress. Go ahead and just circle those knees outward, away from each other. A lot of times when we're sitting or even walking, our hips don't get a lot of attention. So we're going to focus on the hips today and give them some love. Go ahead and just kind of push one knee away while you pull the other towards you, and then switch, kind of like you're pumping pedals or something, pumping some levers. Yeah, moving levers, that's it. So just kind of moving that femur in the hip joint. Ooh, just got a little pop there. Go ahead and extend the legs and shake them out, shake them out, shake them out. Good. And then bring the feet to the mat and just do a very gentle spinal twist. So let the knees fall to the right and look over your left shoulder. Your hands can be at shoulder height, palms down. Take a deep breath in here and a nice exhale through the nose. And then recover and try the other side. Gentle spinal twist. We're also getting a nice little neck stretch here. Big inhale and exhale. Good. And come on up. If you have a strap or a band or a sweater or a sweatshirt, grab a hold of it and just link it over your foot. If you don't have it, you could also grab your pant leg. I'm going to keep my left leg bent flat on the ground, and I'm just going to gently pull with a lengthened back of the knee. I'm going to pull my foot towards me a little bit, just to give that hamstring a nice stretch. And then I'm going to actually kick that leg down, lengthen the front of the leg, get that psoas flattened out, and then pull it back up. And gently pull it towards me and release. Let's do that 3 more times. Each time you pull that foot towards you, a little further, give it a nice stretch so you really feel that hamstring. Good. And let's circle that leg out to the right, down and up, like you're tracing the capital letter D. Out, down, up. And you can add the breath with it. Inhale, exhale up. So we're really moving just the leg in the joint, but we're also tracing that widest arc that we can, keeping the pelvis nice and secure on the mat. If you want an extra challenge, extend that left leg. That makes it a little harder to keep the pelvis secure, and so you really use your core, your lower core, to maintain that grounded, flat pelvis. One more time, out and down. Good. Let's just do a few, let's bend the knee to the chest with a flexed foot, and then straighten the leg with a pointed foot. Try that again a couple of times. Feel the difference between what it feels like to point that foot. You might have to let the leg lower a little bit. More times, you may have to readjust your strap. And see if you can pull that leg a little closer. Ah, good. Go ahead and open up the leg to second position. So it's open yawn. You really want to maintain the left hip grounded down into the mat. A couple breaths here. Pull the toes towards the ear a little bit. And then cross that leg across the body. Let the foot sickle slightly. and pull gently towards you. Should get the outside of your leg all the way down into the glute. Breathe here. Good. Ooh, a little tingling there. And the foot. All right. Switch feet. Plant that left foot on the ground. And we'll just go ahead and give ourselves a little hamstring stretch. You can even massage the leg as you kind of release the joint and pull the foot towards you. And when you're ready, a little kick action. Just kind of release and stretch. Release. One more time. And now we're going to start our capital letter D, out and down and up. Out and down and up. Extra challenge, lengthen that right leg. If you're doing this without a strap, you're just circling the leg. Yeah, you can't do this holding on to your pants. All right, one more time. Good, and let's bring the knee to the chest. Release that leg, and then see what it feels like to point that foot as you lengthen the leg. Different stretch when we flex the foot and point the foot. It gets the calves involved, it gets the ankle involved, top of the foot. Even the back of the knee feels different. Try to release the jaw and the shoulders. Just notice mine were a little tight there. And then opening up that leg to second position, maintaining the right hip rooted into the mat. Breathe here. And then when you're ready, cross that leg over the body, sickle the foot so you let that toe fall towards the floor. Woo, this is an intense one. Breathe. Good, and release the strap. Good. Go. If you have to kind of lift up and grab the ankles. Did I lose you for a minute? That was really strange. I looked up and there was no video. So I hope this is working. It says it's recording. All right. I don't know what happened there. We were just about to do some ab exercises. Zoom said it didn't want us to do those. Well, Zoom, we're gonna do them anyway. All right, so that we're gonna come up off the mat just slightly so that the upper body is off the floor. And we're gonna reach the left arm across and come back. And then the right arm across. And release. So we stay up for the right and the left, or the left and the right, and then you can release. So this is just a little activation of the core just to kind of warm up the body. So inhale here, exhale, come up. Inhale, reach across the body. Inhale, exhale, reach across the body, and then inhale, release. Exhale up, inhale, reach, exhale across, inhale, exhale, reach across, inhale, release. Let's do 3 more sets. You'll find as you reach across the body that you get a little bit higher. And the exhale helps you do that. Ah, beautiful. And that should have just gotten you a little bit sweaty, a little glistening. Let's do a bridge here. Inhale, exhale, press the pelvis all the way up. Good. We're just gonna kind of hang out here for a minute. Feel the glutes really activated. Breathe, 3 breaths. And we're going to inhale, open the knees. Exhale, kiss them together. Open, close. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and slowly come down. Good. Extend the legs. Inhale, arms above the head. On the exhale, we're going to peel ourselves all the way up to sitting. Give ourselves a nice lengthen of the spine here, sitting tall. And then on the exhale, fold the torso over the legs and release the chin to the chest. Just hang out here for a minute. You can shake the head no. And shake the head yes. Heavy head. And coming back to sitting. And then we're going to roll through that lower spine all the way down with control. Inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, peel the body off the floor, sitting tall. And fold. Hang out here. See if you can drop a little bit further into that forward fold. And come up. And one more time, rolling. Now, right where it feels like you're going to have to drop, try to slow down. Last time, see if we can keep those arms by our ears. Oh, that makes a difference. Yeah. Long spine and release. I'm keeping the feet flexed here. Do what feels good to you. You can point them if that feels good to you. Hang out here. Breathe. All right. Excellent. Okay, let's come all the way up onto our knees. I'm going to give my toes a little extra padding. And take that right leg out, left arm comes up. Inhale, exhale, slide the arm down. Ooh, not a lot of flexibility there today. Feels Feels hard. Drop the shoulder down the back, looking under the arm. See if you can press the pelvis forward slightly. You can activate the glutes. And let's come down and let's just place the hands right in front, and we'll just do a few little rock and rolls here, pressing the pelvis back towards the heel and then bringing the shoulders just past the wrists. And then after 3 of those, we will settle with our pelvis back and our forehead reaching towards the mat. Feel that inner thigh stretch of the right leg. Should feel really good. And recover and bring that right knee in, and let's just stay here on all fours for a minute. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let the shoulders come to the ears. We're gonna let that upper back fall between the shoulder blades, and then we're gonna press out. Let's just do that 5 times. Inhale, let the upper back fall between the shoulder blades. Exhale, press the shoulder blades away and down. Good. 3 more times. And at the top there, imagine those shoulder blades are like reaching to the right and to the left. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a good one. And I forget to do it, but it really stretches that spot that's hard to stretch between the shoulder blades there in that upper back. All right, left leg goes out. Right arm comes up. Inhale. Exhale, slide the left hand down the leg. Press the pelvis slightly forward. Drop the shoulder blades, looking under the arm. Good, recover. Hands come to the floor in front of you. A little bit of a rock and roll. Pelvis comes back towards the heel, and then the shoulders come just past the wrists. And after 3 of those, we're going to hang out here for just a minute, releasing the forehead to the floor. And come on up. Good, coming to all fours. Instead of doing that stretch we just did, let's just give our shoulders a little moment here. I think you can see me. Right arm comes out. Bring that arm underneath the left, and then place your right cheek on the floor. Send your pelvis back. And then if you want, you can take your right hand actually behind you. The top of the hand can reach towards the right hip. And you can get a little shoulder stretch on both sides. Breathe here. Release the left hand to the floor, press into the hand, and then come back to all fours. Try the other side. The left arm comes out, and then it weaves through. The left side of the face is on the floor or the mat, and then it press the pelvis back slightly. From here, taking the right hand all the way across. The top of the palm is laying on the left hip. And bring that right hand to the floor, press up, and let's just do a few cat-cows since we're here. Arch, look up, and around, look down. Keep going. Gonna re-situate myself here. Good. All right. So we are going to get into our first down dog. So from all fours, tuck those toes, press into your down dog. Tread those feet. Maybe bend both knees, do what you need to do. Feel your down dog, play with it. When you find one that you like, settle in. See if you can give yourself 3 breaths here. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're just going to step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. And then we're going to step back into down dog. Try the left side. Stepping wide to the outside of the left hand, and then back to down dog. Let's try that a couple more times. Really getting that foot wide and bringing it as far forward as we can. One more set. Good. Next time, we're actually going to hang out there for a minute. So bring that right leg forward. Hang out here, and if you want, drop down onto your forearms. Pretty intense. So do what feels right for you. When you're ready, drop that knee and let's come up and let's actually come up and bring the pelvis right over the knee. Left arm comes up and let's push the pelvis to the left. Opening up the chest, looking under that arm. And now let's press the pelvis forward. And come up. You can rest the elbows on the knee or bring them up. Take a look up and let's take a nice inhale here. On the exhale, let's let the elbows melt kind of down towards the rib cage, opening ourselves up, releasing and coming back. Let's switch legs. Or actually bring the legs back to all fours, tuck the toes and come into down dog again. And then we're going to step that left leg forward nice and wide on the outside of that left hand. If you want, stay here or come down onto those forearms. Woo. Drop the knee, bring yourself vertical, take the pelvis on top of the knee, right arm comes up, press the pelvis to the right, look under the right arm. See if you can really tilt over. And then press the pelvis forward, opening up the front. Here, the psoas, the quad. And then take those arms up, look up. And on the exhale, slowly let those elbows fall and melt. And release, and then take that left leg back. Tuck the toes, and let's come back to down dog. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's take that right leg up in the air as far as you can get, but without opening the hip. So keep that right hip shining down towards the mat. Just release that leg. See how high you can get it. Flex the foot. And release. Try the other side, left leg. All the way up. Keep the left hip shining down towards the mat. And release. Walk those hands back towards the feet. And let's come into a forward fold. Now we did a bit of a forward fold seated, so we should be able to come pretty close into a deep forward fold, but still shake what you need to shake in order to release down into your forward fold, and then grab your elbows in your hands with a heavy torso, heavy head. Breathe here. Micro bend in those knees. And then when you're ready, release the hands, and then bending the knees a little bit deeper, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae to standing. Good. Let's do our 20 breaths. Pranayama. Inhale, reach, look up, exhale, bringing arms down through heart center. Three more. On that last one, interlace the fingers, send the palms to the ceiling, walk the shoulders up the ladder one at a time, and then keeping that length, open up the arms, let the arms fall wide and down. Just a few shoulder circles here. And the other way. And let's take the head to the right, right ear to right shoulder. Take your right hand on the side of the head and then flex the left palm. Just breathe here. Open up the left side of the neck. Go ahead and just tilt that chin down on the diagonal and then back up. And look up and then down again. Ooh, good. Release. Try the other side. Left ear to left shoulder, right palm flexed. Breathe. And then tilting that chin down, slow, and then up, and then down again, and back, and release. Awesome. Get some water, and we'll do a few standing poses. Let's just start in mountain at the front of our mat. Mountain. Go ahead and just take a right leg and step it back. Find your warrior one. So get your left knee over your left heel, your left ankle. Square those hips. Make sure that the heel of the left leg is shining towards the arch of the right foot. Take those arms up. See if you can even lift the chest to where the ceiling meets the wall. Pinky side of the right foot is wrapping down towards the mat. Let's do a few pumps here. Arms come down as we straighten the front leg, and arms come up as we come back into our deep warrior one. Couple more times. Find your breath pattern. Good. Opening up the pelvis. Stacking the right hip right behind the left. Come into your warrior two. Shoulders out and down. Same thing here. We're going to inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Each time you come down into warrior two, I want you to see if you can come a little deeper, and I want you to see if you can get that knee, the left knee, a little bit more moving to the left and away. Holding here. Good. And then let's just swing that back heel up as we drop and then lift the right arm to meet the left. So coming into crescent. See if you can find that crescent shape. Dropping the shoulders, back of the knee is lengthened, and then step forward back to mountain. That just like turned up the heat in my body. Sometimes simple things really work us. So from here, we're just going to step the left leg back, find our warrior one, squaring those hips out, off, finding the arch, the chest, bending the knee over the ankle, pinky side of the left foot, reaching down towards the mat. Here we go. We're going to lengthen, the arms come out and down, and then back into warrior one. Couple more times, find your rhythm. Meet you back here in warrior one, and then open up the hips, stack the left hip behind the right, move that right knee to the right, find your warrior two, and a few pumps here. Lengthen and lower. See if you can come down a little lower each time. Find your warrior two, reestablish it. Swing the left arm down and forward as you come around to crescent. Lengthen the back knee, lift the chest, drop the shoulders. And when you're ready, push off that leg and come to mountain. Beautiful. Coming to pyramid. Actually, we're going to take the left toe out. Right heel is back. Set ourselves up here with a nice simple reach and then a tilt into our triangle. Pressing the pelvis forward, trying to imagine that we're between two panes of glass. See if you can take weight off of this left hand and see if you can really make that torso parallel with the ground. If it hurts your neck, look down. There's no need to be in pain here. It's already challenging enough. Coming back up, bring the toes forward. Let's just take a little moment. Circle the pelvis, side to side. Maybe some ribs. And then the right toes go out. Coming up, reaching for that apple, and then tilting into triangle. No weight on this right hand. See what that does. Breathe. And recover. Toes forward. Little pelvic rock here. Something that feels good. Ah, good. Let's take the hands on the knees for a minute. And we'll just do a few cat-cow, right? A standing cat-cow. So dropping the chin to the chest as you round the back and then pushing on the knees as you arch and look up. It may feel good to also add a little circle with the rib cage so that you have a little side to side action, or you can just stay with the regular cat-cow. And then as you kind of loosen the spine, drop the hands down the shins until you get into a nice pyramid stretch with the head dangling between the legs. Take the hands through the legs. See if you can walk those fingertips a little further back than you think that you can do. Challenge yourself. And then bring the hands forward and the heels in, and then come right down into your sumo squat. Pressing the knees out with the elbows and the hands in prayer. You want the chest lifted, looking up, and then press up right to your star. High up on those toes. Beautiful. Coming to the back of our mat, let's do a nice inhale, sweeping the arms up, looking up. Exhale, dive through into forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back to forward fold. Inhale, walk the hands forward into down dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's take the feet a little bit wider than usual. Reaching those heels to the floor. We're going to take the left hand off the mat and reach it towards the right ankle. And then we're going to replace. Try the other side. Reach the right hand towards the left ankle. And replace. One more time each side. Reach. And replace. Reach. And replace. Coming into plank. Let's hold plank. Breathe here. Knees come to the mat, and let's just do knees, chest, and chin. So we're in that little worm position, and then lower the belly onto the mat. Pull the hands towards the mat, towards your body as you lift the top of the head up into a cobra, release. And let's actually do a bow pose while we're here. So grab hold of, if you can, the outside of the top of your foot. Forehead is on the mat. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to lift the upper body and the legs off the floor. If you can lift the thighs off the mat, that's the goal. I'm not getting very far off the floor, and that's okay. This is my bow pose today. And release. Go ahead and push back into prayer. And let's have the knees kind of wide here. Let the chest fall towards the ceiling. So not a lot of weight on the forehead, but mostly in that space between the shoulders, the upper chest. And coming back onto our bellies. Bringing the hands underneath the forehead. Bring the heels together and the knees apart. We're going to inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to lift the legs off the ground. So there's space between the mat and the thigh. Inhale, just tap the thighs on the floor and then lift them again on the exhale. So the accent is on the exhale and the lifting of the legs. This is a glute workout. So if you feel those glutes, you're doing it right. Squeeze. Keep the feet flexed. Heels clicking together. Good. And now leave them up and just extend and click the heels. Extend the legs, click the heels. Extend, click, extend and click and lower. Good. Take the hands by the chest. Press back. Prayer pose one more time. See if you can get the chest to release down towards the mat. And come on up. All right. Let's extend the right leg and bring the left foot into the inner thigh. Sitting nice and tall. Take the left arm up. Reach towards the right arm, the right foot, looking under the left armpit. Rooting the left hip onto the ground. Take a nice breath here. Inhale and then exhale. Round that left side of the back down. Put your hands on either side of your ankle and release. Coming up, grab hold of that toe and just lengthen and pull that leg up. Bring it in and take it out again. And in and out. Good. Release. Switch. Right arm up and over. Ease into the stretch. Take a deep breath. And rotate the torso down over the leg, hands on either side of the ankle. And grabbing that toe, pulling that leg off the floor. And bringing it in, bringing it out. And in. We're going to drop that knee if you feel like it. And good. Go ahead and bring that foot in and kiss the bottoms of the feet together and grab the toe with both hands. See if you can find a way to set yourself up to lift both feet off the floor and then extend and maybe bring one in and then switch. Use the core to balance and release. Let's take a nice deep breath in, lengthening the spine, and just release the hands on the floor in front of your feet. Let the top of the head be heavy down towards the mat. Good. Coming up, use the hands to lift those knees. Tuck the left under the right. The right crosses the left. Go ahead and move the flesh out from the bones so you can really sit right on top of those sits bones. This should feel like a hip opener right already. Let's just sit here for a minute. No need to do anything extra right away. Just feel what this feels like in your pelvis and in your hips. Ease into it. If you want to do a little spinal twist here, you can wrap the left arm around the right knee, lengthen the spine, and then twist and open up behind you, looking over your right shoulder. Bringing your focus back to the front, let's just reach the hands forward. And see what that does to the pelvis and the stretch in the hips. Maybe rest the forehead on the knee. Good, and recover. Take the hands behind you as you rock back, giving you room to uncross the legs. Stretch them out for a minute, give them a massage, run down the legs with your hands, get in the joint and really kind of just jiggle it, release it. This time, tuck the right leg under the left, remove the flesh from the sits bones, and then just find that cross-legged position, sitting tall. Let's just sit here for a minute. Feel the pelvis, feel the hips. They're talking right now. What are they saying? You can stay here. You can just do a little spinal twist by taking the right arm around that front knee, inhaling and lengthening the spine with the left arm up, and then opening behind you, looking over your left shoulder. And recovering, bringing the hands forward And letting the upper body and the head kind of release us into a deeper pelvic stretch opening here. And recover. Take the weight back, unhook those legs. Ooh. Be gentle. And just shake it out. All right, good. I'll meet you on our backs. Let's grab the outside of those feet and come into happy baby. Keeping the lower back lengthened on the mat. Rock side to side. Big breath in. Big sigh. Release the legs and stretch the hands away from the feet. Big inhale. At the top of the inhale, hold the breath and squeeze everything. Hold everything, face, shoulders, knees, core, feet. And then release the exhale into the floor. Remove the tongue from the roof of the mouth, swallow. Stick out the tongue, say, ah. And find your way into deep relaxation. Shavasana. For the last few minutes of class, we'll honor the work that we've done by resting and appreciating what we've done. And you're welcome to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. Otherwise, we will seal our practice today. with appreciation for all the surprises that life brings. Rain on a random Wednesday in June. And the internet cutting out in the middle of class. All of these things we can laugh about. They bring us closer to the present, keep us on our toes. And the spirit in me always salutes the spirit in you. Namaste. See you next time. Thanks for coming.